4 or 5 years ago, we built a new garage. At the same time, we had some people come in and put a new epoxy coating on the garage floor. At the same time they were doing this, they said they could also skim coat the outside concrete. So this is the result of that skim coating 4 or 5 years later. After I get all the loose stuff up, I'm going to take a bag of cement that I bought, mix it up, and then put it over these bad spots. The key here is to find a stopping point so I don't have to take the entire skim coat off. Here I'm taking a 40 grit sanding disc on my drill motor and trying to rough up the surface where I'll be putting the cement.
Tears that up pretty good.
Time to vacuum up the concrete chips. I've placed a small amount of the cement from the bag into this yellow bucket, which will mix with water and apply it to the concrete driveway. The black bucket contains just water. Here I'm applying a fine mist of water onto the area where I'm going to place the cement. This helps it adhere better. The key here is not to get the cement too thick, but to also have it overlap onto the good concrete, which will be feathered in later. You'll see me continually misting the area to keep it moist as it dries quickly. Here I'm feathering the edges with a sponge. Wetting the area with the sponge works too. It's important to do a good job of feathering the edge so the concrete doesn't lift up. Well, that's a wrap. We'll see how long that lasts. On to the next project. This is where the compost pile used to sit, so I'm going to loosen up the last couple inches of dirt by the ground. Now I'll screen the last couple inches of dirt for compost that I just tilled up. This is a very time-consuming process, but it does produce pretty good compost at the end. There we have some really nice sifted compost. On to the next project. When I built this stand several years ago, I didn't use any glue, so all the joints are getting pretty loose. So I'm going to take all the screws out, add some glue this time, and then put it back together. Noticed I haven't taken the screws out all the way, just enough to get the joint apart so I can get some glue in there. The nozzles got dried up glue in it, so I got to clean that out first. wanted to show some more detail on this string trimmer that I use. It's basically adjustable. Put this straight and you can rotate it, and this is what I use for edging. Basically cuts a really nice edge. I was probably a little bit too far away from the sidewalk. The way this works is when you leave off on the trigger, it'll let a 1/4 of an inch of line out. You'll actually hear it click. Right at the end you hear the click. Basically ran out of string, so I'll show you how we replace the spool. Basically push in on these 2 tabs here and takes the cover off, and this spool comes out, which I save and then I rewind with my own string. Here's one that I put more string on already. Take that off. Guess I didn't do a very good job of feed the end back into the hole pilot. Make sure that's down flush here. Cap back on. There you go. You want to go back to regular trimming, rotate it back out, change this angle, lock it, and you're ready to go. Also has this edge guide, so you set that so your string will be right at the end of this. This will give you a close view of this is what I've done. Right here has not been done yet. We're putting in some temporary stakes here to try to stabilize this wobbly mailbox. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and share with your friends. In future videos, I will be using a mini excavator to build a new dam for my mini pond. If you have any suggestions to improve my videos, let me know in the comments.